Hi there, welcome to my channel, Casey Loves Frags. My name is Kristen and it is time to talk fragrances. So I apologize, I'm a little late in the game here for coming up with my top 10 winter list. Don't mind that, that is our food prep going on here. We're getting ready for dinner, but I thought I would finally give you this list before we get started for dinner, so don't mind that. Anyway, so this was a challenge. As a lot of you guys know, I'm a big summer girl, but I've definitely gotten hooked on more of the winter fragrances because they're very unique and deep and resinous, and a lot of the times delicious. So some of these I recently acquired, so I might have only gotten a wearing or two, so maybe that's why they're a little bit lower in the list. This is a hard one. I don't know if I can really say that I like one over the other. That's a really hard one. I put some of the ones that were a little bit newer in the back, or ones that maybe I haven't worn as much, but that I still love and enjoy. So I don't want you to think I like them any less if they're down towards the back. So, all right, you guys ready? Here we go. So, number 10, we have Dior Homme Parfum. I just picked this up about a week or two ago. Oh, this is so delicious. I have the original one also. I got that from a very good friend of mine as a gift, so I really appreciate it. It's so good. That one I think can be worn all year round, but anyway, here we go. So we're back on the Parfum. This one, it's got an added leather note going on, and it almost has a touch of a boozy vibe going on, and this is just so sexy. Unfortunately, these are really hard to find. They're only sold in Europe now, so they're definitely hard to find them. But a friend of mine got a bottle of this, and he's like, "Kristen, you got to try this." So I was like, "All right, send me one." So I'm so glad he hooked me up with one of these guys. Definitely happy to have this in my collection. But if you enjoy the original Homme, I think you'll really enjoy the Parfum. It's got way more depth. It's got a little bit of a spice thing going on. Really delicious. So that's number 10, Dior Homme Parfum. I can't wait to get more wearings this coming winter since I just got this 2 weeks ago. And spring is already kind of upon us, but I'm glad I got it anyway. Here is number 9. This is a popular one in the Fragcom. It is none other than La Nuit de l'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. This is so delicious. Oh, forgive me. This is the edition art, if you're wondering why the bottle looks kind of odd. This is a 2013 formulation. This is so sexy. A good friend of mine, the same one who gave me my old original formulation of Dior Homme, he got me hooked on this as well. And he sent me a decant, and he told me, he said, "You need to try the vintage version." And I was like, all right, I don't know if it's really much different than my newer version, but okay. So I gave it a try, and I just couldn't believe how delicious this one is. The cardamom is really amped up in this. It's got a lot more depth. It performs better. It really is like the original on steroids. It's really sexy and delicious. I kind of wish I got a backup bottle of this now, but because these prices are going to keep going up. So if you find one, definitely get it while you can. These are going to get pretty expensive. But if you haven't checked out the edition art version, definitely do. Number 9, La Nuit de l'Homme edition art. And for number 8, we have Remember Me by Javoy. Now, I never heard of this house until Sebastian from Smelling Great Fragrances did a full review on this. You definitely have to check it out. It's awesome. And he did a great review. So I find that he and I have similar tastes. He loves yummy, cozy, gooey fragrances, and this is definitely that. This smells like a chai latte with extra cream. Oh yeah, I love this scent. I got this one pretty recently, and I've already been wearing it a good amount. I even gave a decant to my friend, and he's loving it also. And this definitely has like a green vibe, but with the tea note for sure. And it definitely has like a milky quality too. So it really does just feel like you have your, you're gonna start sipping on this thing. It was just so good. I've been looking for a chai latte kind of scent for a while, and this definitely has those spices going on, but not overly spicy, but it's still sweet with a lot of vanilla, very creamy, just really nice. So definitely check out Remember Me. I think this would be a great one for spring too, so I definitely look forward to that. So here we go with number 7. We have a new one, a brand new release from Initio Parfums. This is Oud for Greatness. I actually did a review on it, so I can put a link in there so you can check it out in the description below. This is, I love this one. Oh man, this is so good. If you guys enjoy Baccarat by Maison Francis Kurkdjian, you'll probably enjoy this. This reminds you of Baccarat, but it has a darker and deeper vibe to it. It's got spices. It has a little bit of a fruitiness at the top, and then it gets kind of spicy in the dry down, but it still has that saffron-y vibe going on too. And it's just really good. It just has a very mystical vibe. The packaging for this is perfect. Really smells like something that a god would wear. So definitely check that out. Number 7, Oud for Greatness. It's a special scent. And number 6, we're bringing in a Tom Ford here. I think a lot of you guys know and enjoy this one. We have Oud Wood. This is so sexy. It's got that oud and the spices together, but it's a very wearable oud, nothing barnyardy or anything like that. I find that when it dries down, it gets pretty spicy and almost a little bit of a sweetness going on. This is just a really pleasant, sexy scent. Great for shows. I wore this when I performed with Gerardo Velez for the second time, for Mondial 4 Squared. And if you want to check out that concert, it's available on my website, KristenCapolino.com. So, and now you know what I was wearing for that show. So definitely a favorite in the FragCon, very popular seller for Tom Ford, of course. And you can definitely see why. It's just really, really good. So classy, very timeless, and a great one for winter. All right, we're getting into the top 5. You guys ready? Here we go. Now, this is a special one because my husband gave this one to me, and even more so, the perfumer himself signed my bottle. And that is Fetish by Roja Parfums. This is the paper label version. My husband surprised me and got it for me for my birthday back in November. And this is just such a sexy scent. Ooh, let me show you Roja himself. He signed it for me. So this I have to really shrine it, and I will of course save the bottle if I ever finish this thing. It's gonna last me a lifetime, I think. And with how beast mode it is, you only need like 2 sprays. So yeah, this is gonna last me a long time. But man, this is sexy. This is probably the most manly and masculine scent I have in my collection. It's so spicy. It's kind of got this animalic thing going on. I showed this to my friend when he came to visit me and check out my collection for the first time, and he literally was floored. When he smelled this thing, he fell to the floor, literally. He could not believe it. he said he compared it to the original formulation of Obsession for Men, which I honestly don't really know. But if any of you know that and enjoyed that scent, maybe you'll enjoy this too, because this is sexy, man. This is definitely one of the few. There was like a handful of ones that I knew I had to have when I went to Bergdorf in the city. So I'm so happy. This is definitely one of them. So he made my husband made my day when he got me this. So, oh yeah, this one will last you for days. I sprayed this on, and it lasted on my coat, on the neck of my coat for days. So go easy with the trigger on this one, especially if you find the paper label. Amazing scent. So that's number 5. And here we go with number 4. We're bringing in a Creed, and I think this one might surprise you. It's not really one that's talked about a lot. So we have Royal Mayfair. And this is such a beautiful scent. Now, those of you who know me will know that I'm not really a rose fan, and I don't really like floral. And there's just something about this one that's just really magical. This has rose and pine and eucalyptus. I've really never smelled anything like this scent. And the thing about this, it may not be an instant love. Honestly, for me, it wasn't. I smelled it at Creed and Neiman's, and I was like, ooh, this smells like an old lady. I just don't like it. So my friend, this is the same friend who's been sending me all these great bottles and such. So another one he got me hooked on is this. And he got a bottle, and he's like, Kristen, I'm going to send you a decant, and you have to give this a full wearing. I think you will be convinced. So I'm like, all right, I don't know if I'm going to like it, but, I'll give it a try. So he sent me the decant, and I gave it a full wearing. I remember this is during the summer, and I was like, oh my God, this is good. Especially when this dries down, it's just, as he said, I totally get where he's going. It kind of smells like what you would smell at a spa, like the different creams they would use, and it just has a very natural and comforting scent. Like if I'm ever stressed or just having like a lot of anxiety or something, I throw this on, and it's amazing. I'm still using his decant to finish that off so I can save what I have in the bottle, but this is a 2016, and I don't know if the batches vary or not, but all I know is I really love this batch, so you definitely have to get your hands on it. I don't remember. I think it was like a 16 H01 or L01 or something. I forget. But definitely check this out. Even if you didn't like it the first time, you should definitely give it a chance. This one performs great, lasts all day on my skin, just smells so beautiful, so classy and formal. It just has this regal vibe about it. And no, I don't know if I would really characterize this as a casual scent, but I don't care. I'm probably going to wear it with shorts and a polo. Oh well. I want to enjoy it, and I think this will be great all year long, but I really wore this a lot during this winter. I really did. So definitely check out Royal Mayfair by Creed. Here's a new acquisition, but I love this so much I had to put this up in the top 5. I wish I wore this more, but I was silly and shrined it, and now spring is coming up, and I'm going to try to get another wearing or two out of it before it really gets warm. But I got this, kind of recently, and I'm definitely going to use this a lot during this coming winter. But it is none other than Italica by Xerjoff. This was a total blind for me. I talked to people on Fragrance Swap, and I was telling him how much I love Baccarat and all that, and he's like, well, have you tried Italica and layered them? I was like, no, I've never heard of Italica. And he's like, oh, you need to get your hands on one. So I found a great guy on Fragrance Swap, and he was able to get me one for a pretty good deal. This is not cheap, as you can imagine, but they're all in Europe, so you have to try to find one. I mean, maybe someone has one in the U.S., but I believe these aren't readily available in the U.S. But delicious. Oh my God, it's so good. It smells like milky almond and cookies together. It's just so delicious and creamy and cozy. If you're a gourmand lover, you need to try this. You need to have this in your collection. You're gonna go nuts over it. So good. Actually, what I did is I layered it. I did try layering it with Baccarat, and oh my God, it's probably like an $800 layer day, but oh well. It's all nuts, but it's really good. But this on its own is amazing. You don't need to wear Baccarat with it to love it. This is amazing on its own too. But oh man, yeah, this one lasts all day. Just absolutely delicious. And look at that presentation. That is so cool. I love the tassel, and it's all velvet. It's just a beautiful bottle to have in your collection. But this is definitely jumped up to be number 3 in my winter list. And if you guys try it, you'll know why. Really, I just smell it again. Really, really delicious. That's Jerzoff Italica. And this one, I don't know if it'll surprise you. Another Creed. I feel like it's always in my top lists. And it's none other than Aventus by Creed. As you know, there isn't a lot to say about it. Amazing pineapple birch, smoky, so good. Patchouli, oh, really gorgeous scent. I love this one. This is definitely one of my favorite ones to wear at shows. I just wore this when we opened for Italica, for Talus in at Jupiter Hall a couple weeks ago in Albany, and what a blast that was. I got to share the stage with Billy Sheehan, amazing bassist. So if you want to check out that concert, it's also on my website. But so this particular batch, 16H11, will be a special batch now, because that's a night I will never forget. What a great time. And I love this scent profile throughout the year, but I really enjoy it in the winter. It's I get the winter blues a lot, so this one just really makes you feel better right away. It just picks you up. And if it wasn't this one I was wearing, I was wearing PVI, Pineapple Vintage Intense, or now Emperor Extra, so I do love wearing this, the Aventus DNA, whether it be this or one of those during the winter. It's just a perfect pick-me-up. And again, killer for all year round, but definitely try it in the winter. It's really nice. And this batch is a little bit of a darker batch. It's not as bright and fruity as my 17 SO1 or something like that. So I really like this particular batch for winter. Really nice and grounded. So if you've never worn Aventus, you gotta be new in the fragrance game. But if you really haven't, you need to get one. This is a staple in anyone's collection. So number 2, Aventus by Creed. And are you guys ready for number 1? Here we go with number 1. It is another Initio. It's a pretty new release again. And this is Blessed Baraka. Oh, I gotta smell it. I love this one. I want to drink it. Oh, yeah, maybe I'll just sweat this out for the rest of my life. I wouldn't be sad about that. Oh, God, that's good. This one's an odd one because if you look up the notes for it, it just says like sandalwood and musk. And if you smell this thing, there's a lot more going on. I don't know, they're definitely not giving out all those notes. I get like a fruity, boozy, creamy, delicious, it's almost like a liqueur or something, just really delicious. If you enjoy Ojan and Carlisle by Parfums de Marly, which I believe they are connected, these companies, I believe so, which would make a lot of sense. You will love this. It kind of reminds me of a hybrid between those, but I believe there's oud in here. I get like cinnamon, dried fruits, sandalwood for sure, musk, a little bit of spices, but I find this one more sweet and fruity, but with that yummy creaminess and that boozy vibe in there. I definitely get like a boozy vibe. Really, really amazing scent. I tried a sample with it with another Initio that I got, and I was like, oh, okay, I need to have this. Really good. So I've been wearing this one quite a bit. Again, my friend I keep talking about, he tried this once and he, like me, had to get a bottle, so he's loving it now, getting lots of compliments. Big compliment getter. People really enjoy this one. My husband and I went to the mall a couple weeks ago, and we ran into our niece and my sister-in-law, and I had this on for hours, and I sprayed other stuff too, but I had it on my neck, so I hugged my niece to say hi, and she's like, "Oh my God, you smell good." So yeah, I love it. She's a fragrance lover too. But yeah, definitely check this out. This is definitely one of my favorites for winter. I'm gonna try to push it even into the warmer months a little bit and see how that goes, because it's delicious, performs great. I do about like 3 sprays, maybe if I'm really feeling it, I'll do 4, spray my shirt or something like that. But oh yeah, I think you'll definitely enjoy it just right away. It's just so welcoming and inviting, and you really can't dislike this one. It's really, really good. So that is my top 10 winter list. That was a tough one. It's the more and more I'm falling in love with the winter scents. No, I don't like winter, but these delicious scents definitely help me get through it. What about you guys? What were your favorites for winter? I'd love to hear from you. Definitely comment below. But thank you once again for joining me. Once again, if you haven't already, please like this video and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day of smelling good, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.